All right, what's up? Welcome to the Gossip Intellectual with me, Royce Wynn, where we talk about sports, politics, entertainment. How are you? I'm doing okay. It's Friday. Podcast is back to Friday. I've been covering the Diddy trial, so we've been doing podcasts back to back. We've come so far. Right? Like, I remember I was scared to do a podcast. You go back, I was thinking about, like, my first podcast episode. I was just so nervous and just stumbling my way through. And now we're doing 2 in a week. It's almost like second nature. Wow. So that's crazy, the improvements. But doing good. Slept good. It's always like 2 bad days and then a good day. My body's like, all right, we're gonna replenish because you've been going crazy with the non-sleep. So I had 2 rough days of sleep, and I was a little moody. And last night was good. Slept all the way through, and feeling a little bit more stable, a little bit calmer. So that's great. It's cold again. Like, I was in the summer mindset. I was just like, okay, all right, we outside. It's situationship time. Okay. I'm about to find a situationship for the summer. Am I really? I don't know. I go back and forth with that. Sometimes I'm like, I'm too old for situationships. And then I see a girl and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could do a little situationship. But, you know, I don't know. The older you get, the more you want to have a connection with somebody. You don't want to just be superficial. Maybe, depending on how cute she is, right? Yeah, but now it's back cold. Dog, we were wearing t-shirts, shorts, you know, everybody's mindset was ready for summer. It's like, okay, we're going to find out what's the move for the summer, where the day parties at. Let's start drinking tequila now. And then it got cold. It's like, oh, let me put my hat and my jacket back on. The beanie's back out. What happened? All right. So I remember the girl that makes my coffee in the morning. She was just like, it's not summer yet. And I was like, it's summer to me. And then no, she was right. It's not summer yet. Okay. We just had a couple of nice days. You know, God wanted to play with us a little bit, and now it's back. Yesterday it was 53 degrees and rainy. It was the worst day. Just nobody was outside. I was walking around with my broken umbrella. I got to get an umbrella. It's so crazy how, like, the little things that you need, you're like, I need to go get that. And then the day comes, and you're like, you know what? I don't have a stable umbrella. So yeah, I don't know. I'm back to work. Like, who cares about situationship now? Right. Yeah, I think situationships are so funny. I feel like they only happen in the summertime, right? That's when people are outside. Your hormones go up. Everybody's looking good, showing off the bodies. Men got the thighs out. Girls got everything out. And, you know, that's when, you know, SZA drops, Georgia Smith drops, Summer Walker drops, and it just talking about situationships, which is usually just one person having sex with another person, hoping the other person finally commits to them. That's usually what a situationship is. Unfortunately, it's usually the girl waiting in this situationship. So it's like, while you're singing snooze at the top of your lungs, just remember that was a really bad summer for SZA. Like, man, we can't take situationships. Situationships is not us writing poems, you know, having our friends over, talking about situationships. For us, it's usually us stalking and becoming crazy. That was us. I had this one crazy summer where I just kept riding by her house and knocking on her window, texting her and calling her nonstop, and creating multiple burner accounts, which girls also are great with the burner accounts. right? Even Issa Rae said she had like a burner account where she acted like a man or something for a friend to try to get her friend to propose. I said, girls are diabolical, dog. That's the one thing I've learned this year. The schemes and scandals girls do just to get in a relationship is crazy. It is crazy. Making progress with my crushes. I'm like, okay, I can support from a distance now. I will comment and support, and we're gonna keep it at that. But yeah, glad to see them thriving. And I don't know. It's hard when your crushes are good at social media because you're like, I need this information to make myself better. But then nostalgia pops up, and like I said, they're just always looking so cute. So I don't know. It's a back and forth. But yeah, I get triggered. Then I get happy to see them. Then I move on. Do I ever move on? I don't know. But yeah, making progress in that area. It's not as intense as it was, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Today, right now, it doesn't feel intense, even though I'm talking about it on a podcast. But yeah, happy to be here. Happy to be doing the podcast. And the older you get, you just realize what it is a privilege to do something you love and have fun. I had a friend who just, out of nowhere got diagnosed with a debilitating disease. I was just thinking about him in his 30s and, did nothing to deserve that, just the hand life dealt him. And then just like a news reporter or somebody, like a TV host, her husband just died of cancer at 45 years old, man. 45 years old. So, really count your blessings. And, I know with social media and everything, we're all looking to be rich and famous and eat and travel and be around the coolest people. But, sometimes just existing and being able to, for me, it's just getting an iced coffee. I think it's just a huge privilege. Being able to perform and make people happy and make people laugh and entertain is a huge privilege. So just, enjoy every day. Enjoy the little things that you're getting every day that, there's some people out there that are just getting things horrible happening to them that they don't deserve. And, stuff like that just reminds me how lucky I am despite not, having all the things I want career-wise or relationship-wise. Still pretty privileged. Still live in the bubble. Still live in the big city, the Big Apple. Okay, so speaking of apples, let's talk about... Should we talk about Diddy? Yeah, we'll go straight into Diddy with the applesauce Diddy. We found out Diddy loves applesauce all the time, and he also loves it on his burgers. And he loves throwing apples at people. He was throwing apples at his assistant. So let's talk about Diddy. So the Diddy situation, it's not funny, but it kind of is because he's just so ridiculous and crazy. Like, I try to find the humor in it, and it's a tough balance. So far, nobody has gotten mad at me yet. But so one of his assistants said, so Diddy had like 3 or 4 girlfriends. Like it was Gina, Kim Porter, Cassie, and I think somebody named Sarah or something like that. But like he would just throw temper tantrums just cause like it really was like a sport for him. Like temper tantrums and abuse was a sport for him. And I think he just liked to figure out whatever he could throw at them. Like see different ways he could injure them. So like one of the assistants testified, Kaplan, the assistant, testified that he got mad and he just started throwing green apples at his girlfriend Gina. And it was just like, dog, what is wrong with you, dog? First of all, like as much as you like apples, just give those apples to your assistant and get some apple pie. But like, why are you throwing a temper tantrum with apples? Like he was just ridiculous. So that was just a crazy ass story. It's just been so many testifying. So the biggest story yesterday was Kid Cudi testified, best walking ever, right? He had the blue jeans with the white shirt, then he threw the black jacket on, then he threw the smoking a cigarette, right? I put the picture on my Instagram story. The pictures are going wild. Everybody was like that. It was a cool walking. Even though, guys, when people smoke cigarettes, it's not because they're feeling calm. Okay, it's because they're stressed. It's a oral fixation. It's the stress reliever. Everybody's like, oh, he's so calm and cool. He's smoking a cigarette. Nobody smoking a cigarette is calm and cool. People smoking cigarettes are stressed. Okay, how do you end up smoking cigarettes? Because your life is going in a way that you probably didn't want it to go or expect. So you pick up a habit. Okay, I smoke cigarettes mentally all the time, and I'm like, that's not for me, right? Last week we talked about the edible. It's like I wish I could do plant-based substances. I think about it all the time. I'm like, it's just gonna make it worse for me, but other people it calms them, right? It's just something about that. It just makes you feel better, right? So anyway, Kid Cudi walks in. And he testified. They said he was calm and cool during the testimony. Okay, so the biggest thing was Diddy blew up his... He didn't really blow his Porsche up. So we're thinking it blew up. Because I said Kid Cudi's testimony made Diddy look like Frank Lucas from American Gangster. All right, he's blowing up cars. He's throwing stuff around the house. All right, he's calling you calm, and then he's throwing temper tantrums, right? So, Cudi was like, this made me laugh. He was like, he dropped a Molotov. What made me laugh was he said his dog was jittery and was never the same afterwards. So I was like, oh. He turned Kid Cudi into John Wick. He was like, I'm gonna come back. I'm doing this for my dog. Okay, fuck Cassie. Fuck everybody else that's been abused. My dog has never been the same since. Okay, he's fucking doing the Diddy shuffle for no reason all the time. All right. So he said they cut the roof out of the Porsche. There's pictures online, and they dropped a Molotov cocktail in there, which is just like a gasoline flame type of thing. Burnt his Porsche up, right? So I think they said his assistant called. And he called Diddy, and Diddy was like, hi. And he was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? He was like, I'm here waiting for you. He was like, I'll be there. I'm going to fight. Whatever. So he got there. Diddy's not there, right? But Diddy opened up his presents, his Christmas presents. Okay, he locked his dog in the bathroom. Dog is traumatized. Porsche blown up. Okay, I think Cassie called him and told him that Diddy went over there. Okay, so because Diddy found out about him and Cassie. Now the thing I didn't like was he was like, me and Cassie were in love, we were close. Because the thing how Cassie and Diddy got together, Kid Cudi got together is because Diddy put them in the studio together to work on the music. The one good thing the defense brought up was that Diddy wasn't around while they were working together in the studio. So that kind of showed that Diddy wasn't controlling her at that time. So I don't know where he was. That's maybe Diddy was just like, Kid Cudi wears his jeans too tight and his shirt tucked in. I don't gotta worry about Cudi. Now Diddy is a cuck. Diddy likes that cuck. But with Cudi, he was like, I don't think Cudi is a good cuck. Okay, I like male escorts to be my cuck. All right, so They got together. Cudi says they fell in love, and he testified that Cassie played him. Okay, so I'm jumping around a little bit. Yeah, I forgot how they got that. I think they got the address from Diddy's assistant. They're saying the assistant that was there, they kidnapped the assistant and made the assistant take them to Cudi's address. But then I think they also said Cassie gave Diddy the address. Anyway, somehow we got the address. He burns up the car. Cassie was scared. Cudi takes Cassie to some locations, some Saint something. Saint P or something. Let me see. I might be able to find it. I might not. It's not really important. I think it was Saint Portia's or something. Am I making it up? But anyway, he said Cassie was stressed. She looked depressed. Takes Cassie to hotel. All right, I don't have time to look that up. All right, so he said Cassie was depressed, stressed. She did admit to Diddy abusing her. He says that she never said anything about sexual abuse, which, I mean, that's a little bit more of an intimate thing to admit to somebody. But Cudi said they were in love, and he felt like he got played by Cassie because eventually Diddy and Cassie got back together, and then Cassie was just like, things happen. We fell in love. And he said Diddy wanted to meet him. He said he met with Diddy at the Soho House, and they talked about it. And Diddy was like, that was my girl. And he was like, I thought y'all had broken up. Which the defense was trying to paint Cassie as somebody that was playing them both. And I didn't like that Kid Cudi said he got played by her. It was like, y'all were talking for a month, dog. And especially after all he knows, I'm just like, obviously she was caught in the web of Diddy. Like, there's nowhere she could go and be safe. And, you know, as we've talked about, like, he had her controlled in a mental way, like a pimp. So it was hard for her to escape physically, mentally, even spiritually, probably, at that time. So he said Diddy was standing there like a Marvel superhero. They said the court laughed when he said Marvel superhero like that. And that he offers him some water, and he what did he say? He said, let's put this behind us or something like that. And then Kid Cudi was like, what about my car? And then Diddy was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And Cudi was just like, whatever. And just walked out. And he said he made a police report and he hasn't heard anything back from the authorities on his car. So that looked crazy. That looked like, dang, Diddy got contacts in the police. And it's just like, of course, it's LAPD. It's gangs in LAPD. Of course, they're gonna get paid off by Diddy. So that was wild. So that was the biggest story from yesterday, pretty much, right? And then Cudi, he thanked fans for the support. He appreciated it. He said he was happy it was all behind him. Then Young Thug called Kid Cudi a rat, which is just like, what are you talking about? Okay. Cudi is a backpack rapper, like a real backpack rapper. He sings in his rap, I'm not around. I can't do a good Cudi impression. I can't do it. All right. So that was just wild. Also, Young Thug, it just makes you look like you support criminal behavior while you are on like a 30-year probation. I think it's only 15 years, but still, like Young Thug basically is on a probation that's jail outside of jail. Like his probation is so thug tight. It's just like If he steps on a rat, he might go back to jail at this point. So that was just wild. This no snitching thing. Now I did see that Young Thug did not snitch on anybody, and he got everybody out. But Young Thug, you're a criminal. Cudi is not a criminal. He is a civilian who happens to be in the music industry. Just because you're in hip hop and you're in the music industry does not mean you have to support criminals, especially if they blow up your car and act like they don't know what you're talking about. So I was just crazy for Young Thug to tweet this. What is it with rappers and R&B singers when they can't not tweet? For some of the most toxic, masculine dudes, y'all do the most feminine things. Okay, Ty Dolla $ign tweeting about cases. Chris Brown, Drake. Y'all can't not tweet about a situation and make yourselves look worse. Y'all love for people that talk about no snitching and keeping it real and bro code. Y'all snitch on yourselves the most. So that was wild. So all the civilians are just like, what are you talking about? Like, he blew up his car. Diddy, you talking about being a man or whatever, is just like, dog, if your girl wants, or your ex-girl, because y'all were on a break, wants to date a singer-rapper type dude, let them date and let it play out. You went and blew up his car and broke into his house and traumatized his dog just because she happened to like the dude. You were treating her like ish. She was trying to date whoever she could to get away from you. So that was a big thing. Now everybody's been talking about this Prince party. I haven't heard. I think maybe some photos surfaced or something with the. Let me see, Cassie with the Prince party, because I just saw something on that. Because people were just like, I want to hear about the Prince party. I want to hear about the Prince party. Okay, all right. So I don't know, but the her makeup artist testified that they were at somebody's house, and Diddy walked in, and I think he hit Cassie, and then he just left. I guess she was at the Prince party. He found out she was at the Prince party. I think I saw that. Like, she was trying to run away, and he caught up to her. He's like Mike Myers. Caught up to her. Punched her in the face and head, and the makeup artist had to fix her up, and she stayed with the makeup artist for like a week just to heal. It's just it's wild. My heart goes out to Cassie, man. I posted the pictures on my X page, Twitter page. Nobody deserves to be like beat like that. It's crazy. So she did sell some pictures or her story, pictures to a couple magazines, but just for like $1,000, and I think she did a couple interviews. So she talked. Okay, a hotel employee talked. They said they had to do deep cleanings every time Diddy came to the hotel. Because it was just baby oil and candle wax all over the place. And they would charge him, extra $500 because it was candle wax. They couldn't get the candle wax up. He liked to have a certain temperature in the room for the freak offs. At least he set the mood. I'll give him that. He had candle wax, baby oil, and temperatures. Okay, so at least he was comfortable while making everybody else extremely uncomfortable. But yeah, they said it was always baby oils and candle wax. I think they said they always charged him an extra $1,000 every time Um, just wild, dude. Okay, so then okay, so Capricorn Clark, I think. So court's not coming back till Tuesday because of the holiday weekend. I think Capricorn Clark, the girl that they kidnapped to go to Cudi's house, she's gonna testify. They said she's had some like cryptic messages on social media. Okay, so now one of the agents. Sorry, y'all, my throat's clogged. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Okay, so now one of the agents, Agent Gannon, he talked about what they found in the house. Now, Diddy was really living like Scarface when he talked about what they found in his house, Star Island in Miami. They said like 18 pairs of red heels. 18 pairs of red heels. It just blows my mind that Diddy was doing all this and just popping out in front of the cameras, talking about get out to vote, love. like, looking completely happy and sober. Him and Cassie. Like, it's crazy how much stuff was going on behind the scenes. So they found multiple automatic weapons, MDMA, ketamine, pink cocaine. They said red, blue, yellow pills, green pills. Pick your choice. Okay. So then Diddy's lawyer was just like, and things were out of place. Hell yeah, things were out of place. All right. Also, yeah, red lipstick on the mirror. I forgot. Like, Diddy's parties were wild. Right? Like, you thought you wanted to go to the parties that you saw online, but the parties after that were even wilder. That's when the abuse and the guns and the pills popped out. And that's the type of... He's like a real mafia drug lord boss. But only when the freak off starts. And then he would film everything too. So yeah, they haven't talked about that. I want to see if they talk about the extortion part of it. So yeah, he talked about it was in the house, and they were just like, the defense was like the couches were moved around. His place was not put back in peace. Dog, that's the least of your worries right now. They found pink cocaine, ketamine, and automatic weapons in your place. Who cares if the couch is a little too much to the left and the TV sideways? That's like when you get caught in a lie. It was like, yeah, but you didn't put my phone back to the home page. It's like, there's naked girls all on your phone. Okay, that's it for Diddy. So people are talking about whether he wants to get off, whether he's going to get off on that. I think that the prosecution is proving that this guy ran a trafficking business and people did not feel safe and felt like they had to do these things. But some people are still saying that they just see an abusive, crazy man. I mean, he also got gun charges. He got arson charges. But there's no proof to the Cudi car thing because the LAPD is corrupt. So they never found out how the car got burned. And somehow they turned off the cameras in his home, which is crazy. Sorry, I'm talking a lot in a row, so my mouth's getting dry. So, I think they're making a good case. I think they're putting it together well. But when they put those papers in front of the jury and they say, "What is there no reasonable doubt?" Things get tricky. But regardless, they're talking about Diddy's brand is ruined. But I don't know. There's a lot of people who still, supporting. There's a lot of misogynists out there. There's a lot of people that downplay abuse. There's a lot of people that think Cassie is just like some evil queen who was also a part of it. And I do think she might have done some bad stuff, and she might have taking on the character traits of Diddy, but she was groomed into that lifestyle, man. So that's how I look at it. So my heart goes out to her. Um, and they're saying like if he doesn't go to jail, Cassie's life is at risk. But I was like, part of me was just like, at first I was just like, that is true. Like her and all the people that testified, maybe even me, I was getting a little paranoid. I was like, is he looking through my content? He commented on one of my posts one time, or his page did, when I was talking about his album. But then again, I was just like, I mean, as hard as the feds are going to be watching him after this, for him to do anything after this would be absolutely crazy. But one of his old artists was just like, you don't know how petty and vindictive he is. Like, he has to get revenge on everybody. And I definitely believe that. So, and I was thinking about, dang, who was the dude that came up with Young Thug? Remember when he first came out, he was calling him Bay. Was it Rich Homie Quan? Is that his name? Yeah, Rich Homie Quan. So Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan came up together. And then, I don't know, I guess they started beefing or something. And Rich Homie Quan was kind of like suppressed and couldn't put out music. And then once Young Thug went to jail and was indicted and everything, he started doing interviews and stuff. And then all of a sudden he died. With a cup in his hand in his room. So I'm like, even from jail, like, these dudes, they can get you, man. So we're wishing protection on everybody that testified. Shout out to all the people that were brave enough to testify, that just went through hell with this guy. We kept hearing all these stories and stuff, but nothing ever stuck. And now we're finding out the truth, that Diddy really is devil on earth. All right, so real quick, we'll talk about the Remy Ma and Papoose saga. So first of all, I don't believe in couples goals anymore. Okay, I don't believe anything I see. I don't care how many dances y'all do together online. I don't care how many trips you take, how many pictures you take. It always comes out behind the scenes. It was chaos. Okay, Tiana Taylor and Iman, they were couple goals. Barack and Michelle, they were couples goals, and Remy Ma and Papoose, they were like hip hop king and queen, hip hop royalty for relationships. You know, the story was, oh my God, he stuck through her through jail time, did together, like, you know, there's no men like that anymore. He was the most loyal man ever. Okay, I think they did a TV show together, a book or something. Right? None of that means anything, I've learned. At the end of the day, relationships is just hard. And, you know, everybody goes through the same type of thing. So, Clarissa Shields did an interview on a Breakfast Club, and she was just like, basically, without saying it specifically, that Papoose is still tied to his relationship. He's not officially divorced, so she was like, he has some things to take care of. But clearly, Papoose and Clarissa Shields are together, and Remy Ma is together with the low-budget Papoose. So Remy Ma was bothered by that, which I didn't think that was that bad. Like, she didn't speak ill on Remy Ma to me. But Remy Ma did like a 15-minute live, and she was just like, sign the papers. Okay, he's broke. I paid for everything. The only thing the biggest point I felt like Remy Ma had was, she was like, if she sent the papers, she's trying to get the divorce. Why won't he sign the papers if he's moved on? And I think Papoose was like, he wanted to be in the house with his daughter, in a 2-parent household. But I was like, if y'all are both dating other people, that makes no sense. Like, so that was a little fishy. She was like, he has all his clothes here. He won't even come pick up his clothes. Um, which was also weird. I'm like, just pick up the clothes and move on, Papoose. So then she was like, he was broke. He was trying to pawn my watch or something. I think it was a Rolex or something. She's calling him Pawn Poose, which is funny. It's two rappers going on IG Live making fun of each other, so it's going to be funny. So the thing that made me laugh was Papoose was like, well, the thing that made me cover my mouth when he was like, you can't keep your legs close, Remy. Why can't you keep your legs close? and when he kept calling her boyfriend a lame, he was like, so I see her on the phone with the lame. So I said, okay, eventually I'm going to have to see the lame. And I beat the lame's ass. Okay, and the lame kept talking and being disrespectful. So I had to smack the lame. And then I didn't watch Remy Ma's live. Sorry, Remy Ma. I got to watch your live because I know you said some funny stuff too. And then he was like, okay, so I'm in the house with my daughter. Okay, my daughter's in the other room, in the room by herself. I'm like, where's Remy Ma? So I go into the room and I see peanuts and cashews. Peanuts and cashews and the girl in the bed. And I was just like, what does peanuts and cashews have to do with this? He acted like peanuts and cashews was like lit candles or something. He was like, why is it peanuts and cashews and the girl in the bed? he was acting like she was feeding her peanuts. First of all, that's not even sexy. Peanuts make the top of my mouth itch. Right? This is thanks for the peanut. Right? But he was really bothered about the peanut and cashews. The fact that he mentioned the peanut and the cashews, he could have just said peanuts. But he was really mad. It was different types of peanuts. Peanuts and cashews. What is going on here? So she was like, I don't even like the smell of your cologne. Ew. Right? Which, that sounds like you still like him. Like, why are you doing that? She was like, yeah, ugly. You were with him for 15 years and had a kid by him. What are you talking about? So then Clarissa is typing online. She was like, this is lies, all lies. She was like, I better not hear anything tomorrow. And then Remy Ma wakes up and types, good morning, y'all, or something like that. Good afternoon. Okay. So Remy Ma was like, I've known him for a long time. I've known him since you were like 10 years old or something like that. You're only 30. So don't speak on this man. You don't know him that well, basically. Clarissa was like, I'm not a child. You talk to me like I'm 18. We will have a family. I know you're bothered by that. And then what? It was something else recent that they said. Oh, the big thing that Papoose said was that he wrote 90% of Remy Ma's songs because he was like, you calling me broke, and I wrote all your music. So I made you money. And then he wrote Conceited, which is like one of Remy Ma's best songs. And everybody's like, so he wrote the diss song to Nicki Minaj? Because technically, Remy Ma watched Nicki Minaj. What was the song? I forgot what the song. All Nicki Minaj did was get the song taken down. So it was just like, oh, that takes away a lot of credibility from Remy Ma. Papoose wrote your biggest impact hit. Right? It was just so funny how calm Papoose was. Because you know he's infuriated, but he was trying to act calm. Both of them. He was Remy, I wrote most of your music. Everybody knows I wrote most of your music. Oh, he said she had an apartment. He's like, you have an apartment around the corner from the house. So that was funny to me. I was going to say something about that, but I was like, I'm not going to touch that. Yeah. So that was it. Clarissa was like, you're bitter. It was something that Remy Ma said today where, oh, that's what she said. She said that nobody cares about the fight that's coming up, and this little publicity stunt you're doing is not going to help you. It was like, Remy Ma, you went live for a reason, like you wanted a reaction. So that just made me sound like, I mean, to me, it made it sound like Remy Ma is a little bitter about Papoose moving on with Clarissa, even though she says, just sign the papers, please. I don't want child support. I pay for everything already anyway. So that is weird to me that Papoose is just not getting it over with. And Remy Ma's like, let's go to mediation and just let's move on. So all the back and forth is a little wild. It's embarrassing for the child watching grown adults, because a lot of us that grew up in chaos was just like, that's when we became like a little hyper independent. Like, okay, the people that are raising me are acting like kids, so I gotta take care of myself. So yeah, that's it for right now with Remy Ma and Papoose. The peanuts and cashews made me laugh. Papoose is funny too. So we'll see what happens, but it's gotten really ugly. So everybody was saying Remy Ma cheated. Remember last year, everybody was like, Remy Ma cheated. But she was like, we have been done. Which I've seen that happen on the men's side too, where it's like, clearly you guys aren't really together anymore. You might still be married, but like you're living separate lives, basically. And then the women are always just like, he stepped out with another girl. It's like, he had moved on. Maybe you didn't move on, but he had moved on. So we'll see what happens, man. All right, we got through that. I don't know. I'll be back sometime next week, maybe Wednesday, if more stuff happens with the Diddy trial. And yeah, like I said, appreciate the little things in just everyday living. And have a good weekend. Eat some barbecue, some tacos, or whatever you want to do. I'm supposed to go to like a roasted pig thing. He said he wants to roast a pig. So my homie in Park, so my Latino homie. All right. Yeah, man. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the Gossip Intellectual. Like, subscribe, comment. Talk to you later. Bye.